Hello and welcome to another episode of Supreme Clientele, the show right here on the Monkmatics channel, where I, your host Monk, aka the Monkmatician, give you 3 must plays for DraftKings for UFC Vegas 55, happening this Saturday, May 21st at the UFC Apex Center. So real quick before we get into it, guys, please like the video, subscribe to the channel. I'm on the road to 300 subscribers. You guys are killing it. Second thing, MMA Engine, check it out. It's me, Wheezy, Brady, and Lou Betya going ham over there several times a week, giving you everything you need to make your bets, your wagers, your lineups, etc., your picks before every single UFC card. So be sure to get over on Twitter at MMA_engine and like and sub to the MMA Engine YouTube channel. So business is out of the way, guys. Here come the 3 must plays for UFC Vegas 55. First play, very obvious. Jailton Almeida, $9,400. What do we get for him? Fantastic DraftKings score in his first fight, his first and only UFC fight. 9.64 points per minute and 118.44 in that win. Absolutely insane numbers. Obviously, a very short fight. Small sample size, so we'll probably see these even out a little bit, but I still like the potential here. And he only allowed 0.14 raw DraftKings points per minute. That is basically nothing. Ended up with a 12.60 value, which is 12.6x, a fantastic number. And he was at 9,400 in his last fight as well. So we got a 12.6 value at 9,400. That's going to put you on the optimal pretty much 10 times out of 10. So I love the upside here. He does have a lackluster opponent. Sorry to all the Parker Porter backers out there this week, but your boy is just a little bit lackluster. He has the size. That's all he has. He also allows 3.18 raw DraftKings points a minute and 127.45 points when he lost in his one UFC loss. That is a ridiculous number. He allows 6.53 significant strikes per minute. That's what lands on Parker Porter. And he only has a 25% takedown accuracy. He also has yet to defend a takedown in 4 fights in the UFC, a ridiculous stat. I'm pretty sure Jailton Almeida is gonna shoot for at least 1 takedown. So I guess we'll see what Parker Porter's takedown defense is like. Almeida, last point on him, great finishing stats. All 15 wins have been by way of finish. Parker Porter, Jailton Almeida's opponent, has the 10th worst Chindex on the card, meaning he has been knocked down before and can be knocked down again. Also, and lastly, a bit of salary voodoo. 9,400 has a win rate. That salary has a win rate of 78.38%. Guys, these are fantastic numbers. I was thinking that Almeida, we were going to get screwed. He was going to be 9,600, but there's so few fights on this card. That would have been absolutely criminal. So I will take him at 9,400 now. Play him. I'm going to be playing him maybe 70 to 80% of lineups. Any lineups I don't have Almeida in. Actually, let me just do this to show off the true strength of Parker Porter. Any lineups I do not have Jailton Almeida in, I will be having this man in those lineups. I'm going to be pretty close to 100% of this fight, but I definitely favor the early finish possibility of Jailton Almeida. Second must play for UFC Vegas 55. I'm going to go with Michel Pereira. I am not super, I shouldn't say that. I like this fight for cash, but I also like the potential for GPPs, and at this price, I think Pereira has a good chance to pay off his salary with a win here over Santiago Ponzinibbio. Great value potential, like I said, scores 3.05 raw DraftKings points per minute. Anything over 3, I start to really, that's a decent pace, is what I'm trying to say. Allows only 1.81 raw DraftKings points per minute defensively, and 69.7 when he loses. That is over 2 losses, I believe. So a 60, I mean, that's basically the lowest number on the entire card. Almost, but second lowest if you count Joseph Holmes and what he allowed. Pereira also $343 under his average salary. That is a huge thing this week. You get to save money on a guy that has proven to be a finisher and a guy that is proven to be pretty durable. So I like the value potential from a win over Michel Pereira this week. He is also a pretty high output fighter, 4.71 significant strikes landed per minute and 1.47 significant strikes landed per minute differential. So he's outstriking his opponents by a strike and a half, significant strike and a half per minute. That's a great, great stat. 1.84 takedowns landed per 15 minutes and a 100% takedown defense. I'm pretty sure he's stuffed all 14 or 15, something like that, takedowns that he has faced in the UFC. So 100% takedown defense here. A 9.78 ass whooping index in his last 5. Now that is a stat that yours truly, the Monk Petition, came up with. It basically says who won a fight if you take the judges out of it. Anything over like 5 to 10 is a pretty good number. You're pretty much whooping your opponent's ass in there. Maybe didn't get a finish, but on average, long story short, 9.78 is an incredible number. It's better than his career number, so he's really turning it on in his last 5. He's gone, I would say 5-0, but he did take that DQ loss against Diego Sanchez. So as soon as this fight happens, we might see a 5-0 Michel Pereira in his last 5, which would be fantastic. Lastly, for Pereira, his opponent Ponzinibbio allows points. Ponzi gives up 101.36 points per loss on average. I think that's over 4 losses in the UFC. Yes, 3 of 4 losses he's given up over 100, and 2 of 4 of those UFC losses ended by a TKO or KO TKO finish. So I think the potential here is good, is pretty high rather, for Michel Pereira. I like the upside, especially of those DraftKings numbers. And also I think you're totally fine playing him in cash. Play a little Ponzi in cash too. I might have a bit of Ponzi in GPPs as well, because guy hits like a truck, and who knows. But I like the durability of Pereira. I like what I've seen out of him. He's a bit more, well-rounded, for lack of a better word. He's not doing as many crazy things as he did when we first saw him. So I like the upside of Pereira here. And at 8,200, like I've said a few times, I really think he can pay off that salary. Lastly, guys, third must play for UFC Vegas 55. Before we get into it, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Much love to you guys watching out there. Play number 3. Very risky. Duško Todorovic. Guys, there's not a ton of plays that stand out, or a ton of fades even, which you will see coming up in my fades video. Be sure to check that one out right after this. But I like the upside here of Duško Todorovic. If he can avoid getting knocked out in the first 20 seconds, I think he's got a good shot. 7,500. Huge DraftKings upside for Duško. Scores 3.3 raw DraftKings points per minute, averaging almost 120 per UFC win. And he's $1,025 under his average salary. What a steal. You want to talk about value potential? Here it is for Duško Todorovic. He's also got great control time statistics. 23.55% total control time in the UFC. Spends 30.76% of his total fight time fighting inside the distance, and he controls 76.58% of that control time. He's also got a great get-up time of only 47 seconds and a 230-second hold-down time. Absolutely fantastic numbers. If he can get on top of Chidi and Njokuani, or get him in the clinch, take him down, this is going to be great for this play here. Also, lastly, I should say, an unproven opponent in Chidi and Njokuani. Obviously, he has a ton of professional experience, but only 19, 18, 17 seconds of UFC experience, in which, of course, he did shine with that huge knockout over Marc-Andre Barrio. I don't know why I said it like he was from Guadalajara, but I meant to say Marc-Andre Barrio. Chidi has less than 20 seconds of fight time. That's just what I said. He ate all 13 strikes from Barrio before the knockout landed. He has a 0% striking defense so far, and that is 13 strikes. Not like he just got hit with 1 or 2. He got hit with 13 strikes, 100%. And there are tons of question marks regarding Chidi's grappling defense, which, if my lean is right here and Todorovic does win this fight, it's going to be by way of grappling. I highly doubt Chidi. I mean, he has been knocked out a few times in his career, but I doubt... If he's going to get finished by KO TKO, I think it's going to be more of a ground and pound situation from Duško, is kind of what I'm trying to say. But this one's risky, guys. You're going to have to outlast Chidi in the first 20, 30, 60 seconds. But if that happens, Todorovic is absolutely live, especially if he can get inside and lock him up. He's going to be giving up the height. He's going to be giving up, I think, 6 inches of reach. But all that said, this could pay off as a huge value on, at $7,500. And Duško's going to be severely under-owned this week. Obviously, if he gets knocked out in 20 seconds, he, won't be under-owned anymore. But where I see it, he's severely under-owned this week. So get some of those guys in your lineup. Let's recap them real quick. Yelton Almeida should be an automatic. Put some Parker Porter in the lineups that you don't have Almeida in, just in case. Play number 2, Michel Pejeda. Absolutely love this for cash and GPP. I think he gets the win more times than he doesn't. 6, 7, 8 times out of 10. We'll see though. And then lastly, play 3, the riskiest play on the card on this video, in my opinion. Duško Todorovic at 7,500, but a huge value upside and possible optimal lineup possibilities if he's going to be severely under-owned. Like, I think that could be some unique lineups in your future, so get him in a few of those. Obviously I will be playing Cheaty as well, but a little bit too expensive in my opinion. So guys, thank you for watching. We'll get you out of here. I was going to say under 10 minutes. We'll just over. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, check out MMA Engine, Wheezy, Lou, Brady, and me. Give us all likes, follows on Twitter, etc. You guys enjoy. Oh, I messed it up almost. As usual, I want all of you to enjoy the fights. So enjoy, and we will see you next time. Check out my fades video, also out now. Have a good one. Thanks.